Okay, so on to the back side where we are solving another system that, again, we're going to use both algebra and graph form. So we have our first equation in what form? What type of form is that? We have x's and y's on the same side.
Slope.
No, that's not slope intercept form. What form is that? Ax plus by equals c. What form is that?
Oh.
Standard form. Thank you very much, Mrs. Brand, for coming to our rescue. Okay, y equals negative 2x plus 4. What form is that one?
Slope intercept.
Oh, slope intercept form. Okay, so are you thinking that the adding way is going to be the way we want to solve this algebraically?
No.
Oh, then what do you? Let's use the substitution way. So we're going to solve. That's a little note here in your notes. So you show what we're doing. We're going to solve it algebraically. That's our first move. And we just decided that this looks like kind of a friendly one for doing substitution. But before I do substitution, I'm thinking I want to rename that first equation. So it is going to help me be more successful. Because whatever this is right here, that's what y is equal to. So that's where we're going to substitute into the other equation where the y is, aren't we? Okay, so let's write down our equation that we're going to substitute it into first. And then we will do our substitution step. So we're putting it in for the y. So let's substituting from the one equation into the other. Then we got to do our distributive property. We're going to take get that cleaned up. So after I do my distributive property, that became 4x plus a negative 8.
And don't you combine like terms?
Now we get some like terms that we can combine on that left side. So we're going to combine these guys together, right? What happens when you put those guys together?
You get 0.
You get 0 because they are opposites, right? Okay? So they're gone. This in reality is 0. Right? And 0 plus negative 8 is 0 plus negative 8 is negative 8, right?
I don't know what I'm saying.
And so what happened this time?
It's a true statement now.
It is a true statement this time. So we're going to say the variable's eliminated.
Okay.
Or in this case, we get better to say the variable eliminated because we really only had the x to deal with, didn't we? Can't spell today.
Oh, hold on.
You can't spell that.
The variable eliminated, and the result is true.
Mrs. O'Meara,
What happened?
I did mine a different way,
Okay.
but I still got 0 equals 0.
Okay, that's fine.
So it
Yeah.
wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So if the variable eliminates and the result is true, anybody think they know what kind of solution we have here? Haley? Okay, you're going to give me the classification first. I don't want the classification yet. I want to know what this means for solutions. Remember, we got 3 choices. Is there one solution? Are there infinitely many solutions? Or is there no solution?
There is no solution.
No, there's more.
This is one of those that maybe it's hard to tell. Okay, well then let's do this. Let's just go sidetrack for a moment. Let's go over here and do the graphing. Okay? Let's go graph and see what happens, and then maybe that'll help us out. So we're gonna go and we're going to solve by graphing next.
I just put graphing by graphing.
Graphing by graphing. Okay, well. And our equation is that we're going to start with, we got one of them is this negative 4x plus negative 2y equals negative 8. Gotta get that in slope-intercept form. Good news is the other one already is, but this one we gotta work. So what are we gonna do to both sides to start getting y alone?
Add 4x.
Add 4x to both sides. We have a negative 2y left over here, and we have a negative 8 plus 4x. What would be our next move?
You're next to divide by negative 2.
Yep, divide everything by negative 2. Again, so we get y equals, what? What do we get? Y equals 8 divided by 2 is 4, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive, right? And how many x's do we have? Negative 2x? Did I do something wrong? You guys aren't liking it or what? Okay. So, what's our m value? What's our slope? Negative 2. What's our b value? 4. Okay, go and graph that, please. Remember, lots of points so you get a good line. Let's see if I can get this line going through here nicely. Pretty good. Does your line match mine? Should it be falling from left to right?
Yes.
Why? Why should it be falling from left to right? Because it has a negative slope. Okay. Then, oh, looky here. What's the other equation?
The same thing.
Oh, so the other equation, we still have to do the other equation, which is
I told you.
y equals negative 2x plus 4. What's its slope?
Same thing.
The same thing, negative 2. And what's its y-intercept? 4. What's going to happen? Be careful.
It's gonna land right on top of
It's
it.
going to land right on top of it. So if you want to go ahead and graph again, feel free. It's just going to get thicker or darker or something, but it's the same line. So what does that tell us if we end up with the same line on top, a line on top of another? They share all those points.
Consistent.
Consistent and dependent.
It's consistent and dependent. What's the solution?
Infinitely many.
Infinitely many. So now we can finally go back over here and say infinitely many solutions. So when the variable eliminates algebraically and you end up with a result that is true, that's what we wrote here, the variable eliminated and the result is true, you can count on that that's telling you there are infinitely many solutions. And then you just told me that that means it's consistent then and dependent. So that's the type of system it is. When we have to classify it, you're classified as boy or a girl, and then they also classify you with a name, don't they? So you have two names. Maybe we could say you are girl so-and-so, or boy so-and-so. Okay. And what happened on our graph? What can we count on? When there's infinitely many solutions, and we say it's consistent and dependent, we can count on that. That means it will be coincident lines. Coincident.
Is that why they said what a coincidence?
No. They just say it's that, but they say what it.
Just don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Coincidence is another word, but in a way, maybe we could think of it like this. Coincidentally, they end up on top of each other. Okay. So, this is what you have to do in your homework. You have to make sure that you are solving it algebraically and you're solving it by graphing, and then you state what is the solution. What kind of system does that mean it is? And then describe that graph, okay?
Just tell me the